Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Journal series, and we'll start the episode off. We're running a bit of an abnormal team right now, and to those of you that have paid attention to the news of things that are going on right now, you probably know exactly what this team is for. But we'll get around to that. I'll talk about that post sleep session review for anyone who wants to stick around. But sleep session review first. If it would load, that is. There we go. Session 700. Only 300 away from that big old 1,000. Speaking of which, I'm almost to the 900 mark, so for subscriber count. So please leave a subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be nice to hit 1,000. That milestone is huge. But anyway, this looks like a dozing sleep session. Yep, it is. Dozing, of course. Green Snorlax is at a strength of about 1 million Snorlax strength. Which means I'm fine absolutely tanking my Snorlax strength by not using anything Favor Berry at this point. It's an off week. I'm not caring too much about the strength. But I am caring about my prep for next week. I've done a complete 180 pivot. And I'll explain my reasonings why soon. But anyway, what are we encountering? We got a couple Murkrow. Also, we have the bug where we hear Snorlax eating when there's no Snorlax eating right now. That's fun. Man, there's like nothing here I'm interested in catching, aside from maybe the Metapod. I don't really need a Caterpie that badly that I want to catch the 7-pip mid-evo option. I'm not opposed to it, but I only want to do that if it's hungry. I don't want to be spending those extra biscuits. And it's not hungry. Yeah, I guess I'll catch a Shuppet. No, I don't. I don't need a... Well, I've got a good Banette already. I don't have a good Caterpie. I don't have a good Butterfree. And Metapod, while it is a 7-pip option, a bit more expensive, it's not horrendous. It's not like 16 pippers, so we'll go for the Metapod. That also brings us to Friendship level 10 with it. I'm not spending a Great Biscuit on it, though. We're just going to gamble this morning and just use Poke Biscuits. Metapod is not worth a Great Biscuit. So we're going to hold on to those. I know I have 15 of them, but... Oh, will the daily gift give us 2 Poke Biscuits? No, it gives Handy Candy. I forgot to grab that earlier. I know it could get all full, but I'm eventually gonna use the Poke Biscuit anyway, and I have the sleep points, so I'm not bothered by it. And it's all full, of course. Okay, so we're not having any catches this morning. Thank you, Neroli. We're always making serious strides around here. As for which candy to send out, Vico, that's a pretty easy one, actually. After I forgot Charger Bug was there. That's definitely the best candy, in my opinion. And we have no Pokemon to review this morning. Wow, what a dud. But it's a fun video because I want to talk about my pivot. So, for those of you that do not know, last night they added a new meal to the game. I'm not showing it here. And I created this team when I just was hypothesizing things. Now, this team, I believe, is weaker than the other team that I generated. But overall, it makes a stronger meal. Now, when it comes to curries, I personally don't have necessarily a very strong meal that has great synergy. Generally speaking, if it's a pivotal event week, my intent is going to just be to not do curries. Either do salads or desserts, because that's what I have better teams for. I have good synergy for Ninja Salad. I can kind of do Defiant if I'm willing to run... well, I have my Luxray. I have my Vikavolts that has Berry Fighting S. I've got crazy amounts of amazing potato farmers. And also my Walrein has some synergy on the Defiant Coffee Dress Salad with his sausage and oil. So I can run some berry specialists on those teams with Defiant. I can do, and also apple acid yogurt dressed salad has apples, which is great for my Raichus, and milk for my Espeons. So there's a lot of synergy with apple acid as well. I've got good salad options that synergize with my berry Pokemon, so I can minimize the amount of ingredient specialists that I'm running. Desserts, I've got Zing Zap. Like, that is that is probably my best setup right now for raw strength, just because of the apple and ginger combo. So realistically, when it comes to curries, any other event at all, and I'm probably just going to be looking to not get curries. And that's pretty easy to do if you're willing to prep for like 2 different meals at the same time, as I've often done. Then just re-rolling so that you don't get the same meal with easy travel tickets. It's pretty easy to avoid one meal type than to guarantee one meal type. So I'm not really worried about leveling my curries because none of them really have great synergy for me right now. And I was hoping that this new meal would save that. Now, it kind of did, because I've got my Chansey for eggs. And my Chansey is great because it kind of makes up for gaps in my Cress's healing, because I use a Cresselia for main healing, which is not perfect for healing. So having an ingredient finder healer as well supplementing the Cresselia is actually pretty solid. Because then between the 2 of them, they're able to kind of make the strength of one full healer, while also providing the insane berries that Crest provides. My Quaquaval is very good for leaks. It doesn't quite make 27 per meal. You can see here that I've actually gone to the advanced options and had to meal prep 54 leaks. If I get rid of those, then I'm down 4 per day. That's not that far off from being good, though. If I just add the 54 in there, then it's +4. And to be honest, like, +4 is kind of the confidence interval I somewhat look for. Now, I don't have that on Honey, and we'll get to why that is soon. But +4 on the Quaquaval for the amount of leaks. I just like to have that little bit of extra assurance to make sure that I don't get screwed by bad RNG is kind of the idea. I could get a few more, but we're pushing 696 ingredients here. But it's 27. 27 times 2 is 54. I like to have 2 meals prepped at start of week to make sure that I don't get screwed by bad RNG right away. I like to be certain that I'll be able to make my first breakfast and lunch that day with confidence, without being screwed by bad RNG from the team, not giving me the ingredients that I want. So I probably would have prepped 54 leagues anyway, so that's not a big deal. So that's kind of what we're looking at for that. Eggs, we're only prepping the 44 extra because we want to make sure those first 2 meals are safe. Same with the sausage. This team produces ample amount of each. And even if I get the Charizard to level 60 where it unlocks Ginger, which I'm not going to try to level him right now. I probably eventually do want to get my Charizard to level 60 because it synergizes well with my Dragonite for curries. Which is kind of funny because I'm working on... maybe Corn Kima Curry is actually what I go for, but there's no way I'm getting those Pokemon to level 60 in time for that, so that's not a great option for me. But anyway, the goal here... it shows level 65 here. I believe it's actually level 25, and I think I crafted it once. So that would probably yield more strength overall from the team if I made the other meal. But the goal here, both these meals suck for synergy with my team. I've got a great Gengar and a great Vikavolt, but I don't really want to be running 2 ingredient specialists. I have nothing for berry coverage, realistically, other than maybe you could argue the mushrooms. Here, there's a touch more synergy with the Pokemon that I like. I like my Quaquaval because it has helping bonus. I like my Chansey because of how it synergizes with my Cress. And my Walrein produces, and my Arbok produce a little bit of sausage, and the Arbok produces a little bit of eggs. So there's like some synergy here. Realistically, I don't see myself making any of these meals, though, long term, until they add a different curry. So I think it's best to just try and level whichever one's the top meal, so that in future events where curries are forced, which is like looking like once a year, then I just have this one to kind of fall back on as the strongest meal option, and it will be pre-leveled for next time, is kind of the idea. And Hidden Power Perk Up Stew, not the greatest. Realistically, I'd like to level the Corn Kima Curry, because that's the only one that I do kind of have long-term goals for with Dragonite and Charizard. But I just don't have the infrastructure to be making it right now, because those Pokemon are not level 60 where they need to be for me to be able to accomplish that. So, we're making the new top meal, with the cut sukiyaki curry, doing a little bit of bag prep, completely pivoting from our plan before of stockpiling the tomatoes. Stockpiling the tomatoes wasn't going very well anyway, but there's a big problem with this. It requires that I stockpile 546 honey. Now, the reason why I didn't go with a confidence interval of +4 down here per day is because I'm just prepping all the honey needed. If you do 546 divided by 7, it comes out to be whatever 26 times 3 is. I think that's 78. So you don't need a confidence interval because you're not dealing with RNG when just making the amount that you need for the entire week. So that's what's kind of funny. We still do intend to go to Old Gold Power Plant, is the plan, for both increased Farfetch spawns. I don't think I'm going to be catching Farfetch, but it is the event Pokemon, so maybe I'll try to catch 1 or 2. There's no better time to hunt it than the present because it's boosted. But we'll see. Maybe it'll have different stats than I'm expecting. I don't know. Either way, I think Farfetch or Old Gold Power Plant's the best way to go. If not, because of boosted Caterpie spawns, because I am still looking for that Butterfree. So that's what I'm most looking for. And there's the least amount of boosted spawns at Old Gold Power Plant with the Caterpie spawns boosted, so that's really the best thing for me. But yeah, this is the team that we're looking at. It's looking like Master 14, which is honestly horrendous for my performance at Old Gold Power Plant. But that's not really a realistic outlook, because if I just level up this cut sukiyaki curry to say level 20, which it should be after like 1 or 2 meals, then it changes to Master 16. If it theoretically gets to level 60, which with a 1.5 times meal boost, I could actually see happening, Master 19. So, like, I don't know how much I'll get. Only time will tell. But yeah. Now, the big problem with this, honey. Oh boy, honey. Let me say that. If I take a look at how much honey I currently have, we are currently sitting at 4. That is not enough. Not even close to enough. Now, I do have some ingredient tickets I could spam. I do have a little bit... Oh, also, slacking while I was running him gave me 4 Slowpoke tails. What's funny is I can do this, and it hits 700. It's the exact ingredient bag size. So we know exactly what ingredients we want. Here's the problem. I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days for ingredient prep. In order to get 546 honey in just 4 days, I need to be generating 137 honey a day, about. And this is the team that I'm running. I have no better honey producers than this. And it produces... Where is it? 131 honey a day? That really is not enough. Although, something to consider, during the week, the ticket, the good sleep ticket or whatever that you get for sleeping on time, bedtimes, gives you 15 honey. So I actually don't need quite this much honey because I'll get 15 honey at some point from the week from that. So realistically, I only need 531. Because once again, we're dealing with exact numbers here. We don't have to worry about RNG. 531 honey, which 531 over 4 days to produce is 132 or 133 basically. That's a little bit closer. I don't like how unsure this is. I wish it was more set in stone. You know what? I could really just tank my strength right now and you know what? We're doing it. I want to make sure. I have another healer option, guys. In case you didn't know. I hardly ever use this dude. But I have him. Oh, and the Quackable is there just to stockpile a few extra leeks. I could swap him off for something else that makes honey, too, if I need to. But I also need to produce the sausage. I need to produce the other things. So I'll rotate those things in. That should be pretty easy. Like you can see, I can get the leeks in 1 day. According to this, that should be no problem. I'm assuming the sausage is going to be the same way, and probably the eggs, because my Chansey's pretty solid, and so is my Charizard. Alrighty, so we're swapping in Wigglytuff, Wigsteria. I almost never use this dude. He's got ingredient finding down So it's actually going to work counteractive to why we're running it. But we're running it for honey. This is the honey team with a Quaquaval in there randomly. And the thing is, I don't even have 4 days. I'm already partway into Thursday. So I don't even have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've really got half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Which is even worse. Because then if I want to get 531 in those amount of days, in 3.5 days, we're looking at needing 151 honey. That's not looking good. That is not looking good. I may need to run something like Meganium for like the first or later on in the week. Maybe I'll run it instead of, because I don't want to. I want to run Raichu because it is stronger. But if I need to run something to generate just a little bit extra honey that I'm missing out on, if I could run Venusaur, if I have to run Venusaur for 1 extra day, I guess that's worth it. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Eventually we'll hit the point that we don't need to worry about it, but oh well. And since there's no RNG, we can just know that if we don't have the amount of honey that we need. I wonder where it's going to land that I get the bonus 15, though. I might get 2 bonus 15s if I have it still to generate within the next, like, couple days. I don't remember where my stamp is. Can you see that outside of event week, or outside of when you're just, like, opening the app the first time on this day? Is there a way to see your bedtime ticket? I think there is. Where is that? Bedtime. Can I... What? Bedtime. How do I change the bedtime? I don't know how to do this. Wait, I probably need to connect to it. And then I can probably adjust the bedtime, which will probably let me see. View. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, wait a minute. We might be onto something here. So, in the next 2 days, that means tonight I get 10 diamonds. Saturday night, or Friday night, we get 15 honey. Then that means if I keep following my bedtime every single night, then I get an extra 15 honey. So there's an extra 15 honey in there. I don't need to prep 531. I can prep 516 instead. That saves me a few extra honey. 516 over 3.5 days means 147. That really doesn't help. I'm still 7 honey behind, even with this team. Yeah, only time will tell. We'll see. I'm not too hopeful, but we're trying. We're struggle busing here. But I think we're going to get... I'm going to attempt. Like I said, if I have to run Venusaur for 1 extra day during the event, then so be it. I'll do it just to guarantee. But that's... Thank you, Meganium! Oh, man! They hear exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, that one didn't. Oh, well. But yeah, we're just trying to milk every last bit of honey from the team that I possibly can right now, while also getting our other ingredients prepped. But if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Click the like button if you want me to get the honey. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon Sleep and like. Oh, also, quick little update. I'm doing the live stream for Friends List tonight, so if you see this video the same day it releases, I just want to go through the Friends List head count one more time. Priority members, I've got a few of you. One of you reached out to me and told me that you want to be added, but you didn't give me the friend code. That was miiiiight. So if you just get me that friend code... Oh, actually, I think you have it for me right now. I'll add that after I'm done with this recording. So, Gate, yours is here. The code that I have from you ends in those digits. I'll be adding it off camera so that I don't give your friend code out to the world. But I have 3 priority members that have not gotten me their friend code. So if you want to be guaranteed a spot on my friends list, get me that information. Otherwise, this is everybody that's wanted to be added to the lotto pool. I'm scrolling through it. Make sure that your name's here if you want to make sure you're added to the chance. I'll be spinning the wheel tonight and sending out friend requests. Today is the last day to be entered. If I start the live stream, then the lotto pool is closed. That's how I'm running it. I'm planning on running it around whenever I get home from work tonight, which it should be around 11-ish p.m. Central Standard Time. If you know the conversions there, roughly. So if you don't see your name here, then get me that information. if there's a problem, if these 4 digits do not sync up to the last 4 digits of your friend code, then let me know ASAP, because that means I have the wrong friend code for your name. But yeah, and these are the friends that I have. So that I have as people that I need to preserve, that are already my friends, that I don't want to be purging because you're already my friends. So why would I get rid of the extra account? So yeah, if you haven't enjoyed the video, leave that like, subscribe. Down in the description, there's a Discord. Thank you to all my members. It really means a lot to me. And as always, I thank you all for watching, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.